0, 1. Let's get started.
Alrighty folks, my name is Matthew Corley and this is Dead Weight Outdoors. As you should already know, is we do things at the bare minimum prices, okay? So I met a guy at the TAC Total Archery Challenge and he gave me a set of broadheads to try on my arrows. They're VPA broadheads, so I've heard tons of good news about them. The Southeastern Bow Hunter, he uses their broadheads, so he asked me to give them a try on the target and do a review of them compared to the broadhead I was planning on using, which is the 125 grain slick trick. It's got a 4-blade cutting. You will get a close-up view of them. You'll get a view of me shooting it, a slow-mo of me shooting it, and then an after impact of me shooting it. That way you can see how it flew kinda in the slow-mo. You should be able to see to the point of how it flew, whether it kicked the arrow off, turned it right, turned it left. I know the Omegas are gonna turn it right because they're right-hand beveled and it's a single bevel broadhead. I have shot them before. I shot them as soon as we got back from TAC, which I mean TAC's been about a month ago, so I shot them as soon as we got back from TAC. So it's not a brand new one straight out of the box because I don't want to just burn them to be burning them, sending them through targets. Not mention I don't want to shoot the target that many times with a broadhead because it's already looking pretty clapped. And that's another thing we're going to show you is the shape of the target so you can understand the penetration difference. So this is the big shot bow from Academy. As you can tell, we've been using it a lot. It's tore all up from the front. If you come around here to the backhand side, you can see that there is quite a bit of foam missing out of them because it blows chunks off when you shoot at it. The inserts are $40 and they're kind of hard to get a hold of, to be honest with you. We do plan on buying a different 3D target at some point in time. Hopefully one that is a little bit higher of quality. Not that this one don't do its job. You shoot arrows in it, it takes the arrows and you can shoot them almost anywhere on the whole target and it takes the arrow. But I got this at Christmas time and this is what shape it is in now, and it's it's June the 4th or 5th or something like that. Alrighty, so this is the Omega right hand beveled. So, and my fletchings are not, in any direction. This is a Amazon Luminoc. By the way, they work perfect. They are literally 1/4 the price. I think a set of Luminocs is like either 40, 50 bucks. These right here are $12. You get 6 of them. They're $12 and they work. Yes, you got to have a little tool to pop it back out, but it's one of those things. If you shoot it and the arrow flies off into the yonder and you never find it, you lost, a $30 arrow versus a $60 arrow because of the knock. And the Luminocs work. They're bright. These are the party ones. They do everything they're supposed to do, just without the Luminoc price. Some things I believe are gimmicks, like I've said before. So I don't think you should go out and spend $45 on a lighted knock when you can get them off of Amazon for like a quarter of the price. This is the Omega fixed blade right hand bevel. This is the Slick Trick 4-blade. I think it's a 1-inch cutting diameter. And the knock on these that I've started noticing is that the wound channel on the exit is not that great. Fixed blade broadheads have a reputation for, apparently they will cut, they will penetrate, but your blood sometimes on the tracking job of an animal is lacking. And that's why people like the big wide cut diameter mechanicals. I've also heard war stories of where people use a mechanical on a you know, a wall hanger, and then they never find the deer. So the way I take my approach is I'm going to use what I know works. And what I know works on a crossbow might not work on a compound bow. The feet per second is far different. The bolt length's different and everything else. So I know on a crossbow, a mechanical will cut clean through a deer from chest all the way to butthole. But a compound bow getting that level of penetration, probably not gonna happen. So I've sighted towards this deer season going with a fixed blade on my compound bow. So I bought these to use for deer hunting. I was given these by the VPA representative guy to do a comparison video and to do a review video and tell you what I like about them. What I do like about them is it's a solid piece of metal. It's, you know, it's not, you know, like these you have to put together with a locking collar and put it on. This right here is a solid piece of metal. The drawback is you get two wound cuts, 2 blades, and this is a 4 blade. So I would imagine, just off of physics, this should probably produce a better blood trail than this, but according to other videos on the internet, that's not necessarily true, because look at the difference in cutting diameter. They're almost exactly the same. So we're gonna do one shot first with the Slick Trick broadhead, this one. Then we're gonna do the next shot with this one and see which one we like better. Alright folks, so Slick Trick's up first. We're gonna give her a shot, see what she does. Alrighty, the VPA Omega is up second. Alrighty folks, so we just took our 2 shots and whatnot. So far on the face, this is the level of penetration you're getting. And if you come around here to the back side, you can see that the Slick Trick penetrated about 1 inch further than the VPA Omega. That could be because on the foam insert, we're actually in the foam of the deer and not the foam of the insert. There's a lot of other factors that go into that. So the last shot, we're going to chomp that up and claim that it's flight, so you can see in slow-mo the flight. And we're going to go back and we're going to try to get them both to shoot in the foam. Now, I have been sighting that bow in with field tips. I haven't been sighting that bow in with broadheads. So that's where the broadheads are. There is a difference between a field tip and a broadhead. They fly differently. They're at different places. So we're going to do one more shot of each and see what we got. 2 Slick Tricks up first again. We're going to see what we can do with it. Ready?
Yeah.
Omega round 2. See what we can do. So if you look down that way, you can see same spot, 4 inches apart. So we're gonna go see how it handles. Alrighty folks, so we have them roughly the same area. The Slick Trick, which is this one, did hit right at the end of the target. And the other one hit what you would consider a 10, I guess an archery 10. It's right below where the bullseye part is, which is right here. So they got the exact same penetration. The exact same penetration, okay? I will say this, as shooting it out of the bow, when I pull back, I set, and I shoot, I can see this arrow flying differently. This arrow kind of looks tilted, as in to not fly straight, but to fly kind of like this. And then it dives in and boop, pokes it. With the VPA Omega, it looks like you're throwing a dart. It's straight the whole way. There's no, you can't see the arrow when it comes back out on the side. Then again, I'm not a professional archer, I'm just out here trying my luck. So I will say this, I think that both the Slick Trick and the VPA Omega both will kill a deer. I like the way the Omega flies better. I like the way the Slick Trick and the both of them penetrate. I will be running both of them this season, considering I bought one pack and I was given a pack of the other ones. So I'm gonna run both of them on deer to, you know, to have my best odds. The way I see it is I'm gonna ensure that I at least kill something. So my official review is if I had the money, I would say VPA costs more than Slick Tricks do. VPAs are resharpen. You can resharpen those at the house. That's something an average Joe could do, is resharpen those. These right here, I'm not even going to attempt to resharpen these. This one right here, I pile drived in the dirt. I'm not going to even attempt to resharpen it. I'm going to take it off, put it in the case, and never use it, because I'm not resharpening something that's as fine as a razor blade. So I would say that in reality, if this hit bone, who knows what it would do? It could break and splinter. That one there, that Omega, is not going to break. It's going to hit, and it's going to break whatever's sitting in front of it, or it's just going to stop and not penetrate at all. I do like the fact that the Omega is cut on contact. It's kind of like got a round tip on it. That's super, super sharp. I like that. And altogether, I mean, I'm happy with the performance of the Omega. The Slick Trick is an age-old, people have been using Slick Trick broadheads since the beginning of time. So they're going to do what they do. There's a standard that they adhere to as a company, and they're going to do what they do. So I will most definitely be using both of them. For the price difference, I think 3 of these at $125, at $125, 3 of these were, I want to say, $85. And I think the VPAs were $130. So there is a vast price difference. And like I said, the whole point of our channel, other than the fact that I'm getting ate up by bugs, is to show people you can do it as cheap as possible. But there's some things that it's worth spending the money on. You know, you might skip on buying a Hoyt bow and buy a bear bow because the ready to hunt packages are a better deal. You get the sight, the quiver, the guy riding down the road on the motorcycle. You get all that when you buy a bear bow. You're just ready to hunt. You can take it out, set it up, shoot, go to the woods, shoot at a deer. With a Hoyt, a Matthews, or anything like that, you're getting just the bow. You're not getting anything other than just the bear bow. So, and not to mention you're paying double what a bear archery bow costs for a Matthews or a Hoyt that ain't even set up, that has no sight, that has no quiver, none of that. So the point of our channel is to prove to people you can do it as cheap as possible. You do not have to go out there and buy a $1,200 bow. The broadheads, I would say, pull your purse out, do yourself a favor, and buy a high quality broadhead. Do not buy a cheap broadhead. The moment you buy a cheap broadhead is the moment you injure an animal and it runs away and you never see it, it dies and the meat goes to waste, or you feed the coyotes, which are a problem, or you don't ever kill one because it don't ever fly right. So broadhead is worth spending a little more money on. As far, I use the basic Black Eagle arrows. I'm sure there's a cheaper one out there, but this is what the bow shop had. This is the cheapest ones they had, and this is the ones I use. So I like the way they fly. I probably won't ever switch. But as I can tell you, slick tricks are cheaper than VPAs, but there's a few things that you need to take into mind about them. A VPA you can resharpen. A VPA is a solid piece of metal. A VPA is most likely not ever going to fail. These are pieced together. Two blades, they go in between each other with a locking collar that's tied into your thing. They could fail. They could hit a hard piece of bone, break off and chip, and stay stuck in the deer and not get you enough penetration. With a solid one-piece metal, I think you're going to get better penetration on a live moving target. Other than that, I'm happy with both of them, and I'm going to use both of them this deer season. And that's about all I can do. I give the VPA, as far as, with financially being our number one thing, the financial part being the number one thing, so the price means the most, I would say the VPA gets a 7 and the slick trick gets an 8, because the slick trick penetrates, does a good job, just like the VPA, and it costs less. And that's the main focus of this channel, is to show you can do it and not have to go out there and go financially broke to do it. Y'all have a good day, and remember, like, comment, subscribe, share, tell your grandmama, tell your pappy, anybody. If you want to make fun, I'm fat, people, I welcome insults too. Any type of publicity is good publicity, especially from the haters. We're trying to do this. I mean, my daughter wants to be a videographer, and I like hunting videos, and I like people who tell the truth. And the thing for us is we're going to tell the truth about these broadheads, and we're going to tell the truth about the shit we buy.
Ladies and gentlemen.